From her back deck, Lorraine Leclerc has one of the nicer views in Woonsocket. Tucked away on an acre high above the rest of the city, the land has been in her family for 4 generations. This 200-year-old house is where she grew up and still lives with her 93-year-old mother.
The land was beautiful. We got along. It was nice and clean and whatever. And then Mr. Gaffney moved in.
That would be Al Gaffney, Leclerc's next-door neighbor, who for decades has been collecting and storing cars on his property. Dozens of cars.
All of a sudden, we started car collections. And it started with 1, 2, 3, and then it got to the point where you see it now.
What you see, and she sees every day, is this. Vehicles in various conditions and a view from her front door that Leclerc says is not only an eyesore, but has ruined her property value. She has been fighting a seemingly endless battle to have Gaffney clean up his property, but run into repeated delays that have turned weeks and months into years, and now nearly a decade.
I've been communicating back and forth with everybody at City Hall, the mayor, the city council, 3 administrations to get this resolved. I get nothing. Call DEM, call the fire marshal. It's a hazard, it's a safety issue. Nothing. It's supposed to be in Superior Court. Well, we forgot about it. So finally they sent it to Superior Court. It's been in there since 2007.
Why this sat for 10 years, I have no idea. But it is definitely one of our top priorities since I've been here, and we're working on it.
Michael Marcello, who became Woonsocket City Solicitor in late 2013, says Gaffney appealed to Superior Court, a municipal court ruling that he violated local zoning ordinances. The State Department of Business Regulation, which oversees all junkyards, held its own hearing 8 months ago. DBR ordered Gaffney to remove the cars from his property, and he signed an agreement to have it done by the end of September. So how many cars are on Gaffney's 2 acres of land? The number is a moving target, but a state inspector said a year ago he saw 50 vehicles in various states of disrepair.
That Ford right there, that brown one, that's been there at least 25 years, has never moved.
This is what the property looked like when we visited earlier this week. We found one car with a current registration sticker, but others with either outdated stickers or no license plates at all, lining the street adjacent to one side of his property. Leclerc said it was a nightmare for the plows last winter. More vehicles clog an easement that years ago used to be a road Leclerc's family used to get in and out of their property before this one was built. Gaffney maintains that many of the cars work and that he is working on them. Look, these are operating, they're not junk. I can start up any one of these cars, that type of thing. What do you think about that argument?
I can't get into the mechanics of it, but I've been to the property. It doesn't look like many of those cars are operating, and they're certainly not registered. And the zoning code in Woonsocket does not allow you to even have one unregistered car on your property. So he's got like 13 or 16 or 30. I mean, he's got more than one.
The city zoning ordinance says residents are not allowed to have any inoperable vehicles in a residential zone. But one non-registered operable vehicle is permissible. The code does allow for storage in an enclosed area, which is why Gaffney may have put up these tent-like structures for some of the cars.
September has come and gone, and the only thing that he's done so far is cut some trees down so he can get to these vehicles, and has actually removed one truck so far. He's relocating the vehicles on the property.
You walk out the door every day.
Yep.
And what goes through your mind?
I hope to God before I die I get to see this cleaned up. And that's my mother's wish too, because we know what it would look like. It's bringing down the valuation of my home. How would you like it if you walked out and you saw everything that was there, each and every day, and no matter how many times you spoke with him? Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Oh, these cars are going to be going next week.
We spoke off camera with Gaffney nearly 3 weeks ago. He asked us to give him 2 weeks to clean up his property, then he would speak with us. Last week, he said he needed 1 more week. Tuesday, he called to say he was not going to do an interview.
Government is supposed to be there for you. You pay taxes.
Yes.
You pay a lot of taxes.
Yes.
You've waited years and years and years, and you've asked government to help you, and what?
And 2 weeks ago, I got in front of the city council, and I says, you failed me. I says, I'm a taxpayer. I pay plenty of taxes on this property, and the value is being depreciated because of this junkyard. But yet, you managed to, the only thing you've done for me is raise my taxes. You've failed me. I've done this on my own. I have supplied everybody with all the information that I have from the first email back in 2004. I have all that information. I have all the articles in the paper from Menard's administration saying she was going to clean it up. It's been status conference, pending further investigation, pending further investigation. That's all we got, pending. So,
Is it
and then
maddening
it was
that
moot.
it's not weeks and months, but it's years and going on a decade?
The last entry on the docket was April of 2014, pending further investigation. And that was the only entry in the docket of 2014.
We had hoped to get the owner's cooperation. He has not. I think he's shown his cards, and so now we have to be as aggressive as possibly can.
Marcello says the city is moving as quickly as possible, noting all the parties will be in Superior Court for a status conference on October 15th.
You understand the frustration sometimes government moves at maybe not the pace that people want. As the neighbor is looking at this now, can you give a sense of what as quickly as possible looks like?
It's not my goal to let this go on to like, another year or 2 years. I'm probably thinking within a 6-month time frame. At the end of the day, however, the goal is to get the cars removed and the neighborhood cleaned up. The problem is we just can't go on someone else's property without some kind of court order. So I'm not going to expose the city to any liability by doing that, just going in and removing the cars.
I would just like the property cleaned up. That's all I want.
You don't have any personal animosity toward him?
No.
You just want the cars out.
That's it.
It's not personal with you.
No,
It's-
no, nothing. No. He's not a bad guy. He really isn't. I mean, we got along, we spoke, we this and that. I mean, he did his thing, I did my thing, but it's like, clean your car, get your cars out of here. You're blocking my easement. I need the oil trucks to come up. I need this, I need that, Yeah. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't even, it's like he's above the law.
In Woonsocket, Jim Hummel for the Hummel Report.